me, Brianka J, your host, and I'm coming today, surprisingly. I finished part one of the work, which is Richard Wright's Native Son. So I want to talk a little bit about that particular section, which some other things I noticed in the book was Bigger got really excited to see himself have his own room and to have space and be able to pay $20 to his family at the end of the week and to grow and all of these things. It came to a screeching halt really quickly, but it showed that Bigger isn't like this selfish individual. He's not an individual who is hateful to his family because he hates his family. He's hateful because he doesn't have a way to better their situation. And I'm also noticing the white savior syndrome that is running rampant through the Daltons. They're all talking about, like, don't you want to go to school? And don't you know about the NAACP? And shouldn't you be in a union? And they have these great ideas about what colored people should want for themselves and how colored people should operate. And I mean, I'm not saying whether they're right or wrong, but I am saying that it's really not their concern. Like, if I'm honest, I'm never thinking about what white people should do. I'm never thinking about what Asian people should do, what Mexican people should do. I don't have the self-righteousness to go about explaining how a culture should better itself. I don't know. And I think that is a part of that, like, white savior, white guilt theory that Richard Wright is pointing out, like the audacity of these people to kind of look at this as a caricature of life. And I thought that was really interesting in the work. Another aspect that was really interesting in the work is that the white women are the true individuals with money in this work. So we're kind of taught to believe in society, like, oh, marry a wealthy white man, marry a wealthy man for, whatever. And what I'm noticing is it seems as if these white men have married or dating these women, as far as Mrs. Dalton and her daughter Mary, for access to their money. We find that out when Peggy's talking to Bigger and she tells him, like, Mrs. Dalton is the one with real money. Mr. Dalton made money later after they got married through real estate. So basically he utilized her money to create an empire of his own, but he is in no way a self-made man. And the same thing for Jan. He wants to be a part of this movement and create a social cause, but he is reliant on Mary Dalton's money to make the impact. And, that's saying something about the society and the way in which they live. They preach one set of reality, but also live a totally different. And, that's okay. But it is a quite interesting aspect of what we are taught, where they kind of make it seem like, African American men aren't pulling their weight, or they don't want to work, or they're not doing this, and they're constantly riding the coattails of black women. What we see in this book is that white men are also riding women's coattails. And, that can bring up a whole other aspect of the work in terms of feminism and literary theory and cultural studies. And maybe we'll get there another time. But for today, that's all I got for you guys. I'll catch it with you next time when I read into book 2, which is called Flight. I think it's called Flight. In the meantime, check out my description box below. It is chock full of very awesome details. And make sure you comment, like, subscribe if this video was helpful to you in any way. I'll be back next time with more videos about literary theory. Talk to you soon.